wife, I walk this road, then you can talk shit. Gambling with my life, but I refuse to go for nonsense. This the life I chose, this all I know, ain't many options. About to tell the truth, I make the rules like I'm Fleece Johnson.
Hey, what's up? This is Big Lee with Hustler Spirit. What's up, Fleece? How you doing today?
Man, I'm doing all right, man. But I just want to have a real serious conversation today.
Well, let me tell everybody, like and subscribe. Go get your gear off of www.hustlerspirit502.com. And go ahead, Fleece. What you got going on?
Man, I just want to talk about how I've been listening to other people talk about prison.
Mm-hmm.
And how they tell other people stories about prison that I know ain't true. Misleading, and they add stuff to it, and they leave stuff out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they manipulate, in these little interviews, interest. And it's misleading, it's misguided, and it's dangerous for real. People believe that crap. Because a lot of it ain't true. Like, for instance, when you go to a prison, every prison got a head warden, a warden over the security. Then they got a warden over medical and food. Then they got a warden over programs. And jobs like, prison jobs and all the prison programs and church activities and stuff like that. Now, the warden over security, they make sure, like, prison, like you got designated smoking spots on the streets. You got, in prison, they got it designated like that. Like, you got the general population. That's where all the inmates come to. And then you got the protected custody. And that's always the security on protected custody is you got people seeking protection from other inmates for fear of their life or whatever. They put them in protected custody. Now, the custody they put them in shields them from other inmates.
Mm-hmm.
They got gates that prevents inmates from going into this section. It's like section off. Then they got the mental ward.
The psych ward?
The psych ward. That's section off from everybody else, too. They got more security in the psych ward than they have in protected custody. Then you got the lockup, the hole. That's in a different section. All in the same prison, but section off through fences and gates, locked doors that prevents other inmates from getting into these areas. They cannot get into these areas. And so you hear stories talking about psych ward, you on the psych ward, and then another inmate from another section enters your walk. That don't happen.
The guard can't make it happen?
It does not happen, period. They got gates and stuff that prevents that, right? From one section to enter the other section. So if you're on the psych ward, and your door open, usually all prison operates on this. They ask the inmates, they don't just open doors. The guards come through making rounds, and they are asked, they have a piece of paper and an ink pen. They say, all right, exercise 1 hour. They come by your door. You want exercise? You say, yeah, check. You want exercise? No. You got your cell number by your name. So when he walks off the wall, he'll take his piece of paper and hand it to the cage operator. And the cage operator type in every cell on that list they want out. And when he steps outside the gate and doors will pop open, then they'll come out, right? And you got people that go to the psych ward and they don't tell you how they enter the psych ward. What made you go to the psych ward? What did you do that was so crazy that they decided to put you on the psych ward? A lot of people request that out of fear of going into general population, they use the psych ward as a what we call slick check. You know, you checking in off the yard. You don't want to face people on the yard.
Way.
Yeah, you showing your cowardice, right? You act like you crazy. You want psych ward, right? But when you get on the psych ward, you realize you just put yourself in a trap. You around some really crazy people. You know,
Did you ever spend time on the psych ward?
I was on the psych ward for about 3 months. And different prisons they sent me to couldn't handle me in the hole. They put me in the psych ward and sent their little nut doctors. Mr. Johnson, hi, how you doing today? I said, what you want, bitch? We heard that you've been having a little problems. Can I talk to you? I said, yeah, come up a little closer. Well, they told me don't get too close to you. Why? They said, you know, you like to punch and spit. I said, well, how we gonna talk if you don't come close to me? When she got close, I did exactly what they told her don't do. I spit on her and punched. So, when they come with medical, I'm not taking nothing. You know. And Mr. Johnson, you got a toilet sitting over. Will you use it? No, I use the floor. Y'all come in and clean it up. I come and work and smell it that day. I don't give a damn. It don't bother me.
What was the reason for doing that?
That's my protest for the fact that you're going to put me in a hole. You tell me I got 27 years in a hole. And you think I'm ignorant, like them ignorant people on death row. Let me tell you what I think about them. I'm going to come back to the subject. When you come out of your mouth that you're going to do something to me, like they telling people on death row, the governor saying the execution warrant for you to be put to death. So we gonna move you from your cell to over there where the process. Man, let me tell you what. When you tell me I got the death sentence, and I know you got intentions of carrying it out, I'm hell on wheels, bro. My life right now, to me, in my mind, it'll tell me this. They gonna kill me. So really, I take that personal because whatever I did to get on death row, I didn't do it to them.
Yeah, but they got to follow the law.
Man, who makes the law? A man.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a law.
Yeah, Moses killed 2 people in the Bible, and God, and he was running. He was on the run for 40 years. This man of God was on the run killed 2 of them. Murdered them. And under the law back then, he got to be put to death, but he went on the run for 40 years in the wilderness. And God, the angel met him in a burning bush, sent him back out to free them people. As for his murder, hey, what man said is murder, and how they looked at it, the form of punishment or whatever, is not how it was looked at in heaven. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm not going by heaven, amen. I'm going by what I believe.
And what is that?
If I did something to somebody, let their family do something. I ain't gonna have nobody else that a third party come in talking about we're gonna put you to death. Well, you know what? You got that to do right now. Right now. Once you tell me you're gonna put me to death, we at war.
They would have locked you down and wheeled you on.
Man, we are at war. They would have had to kill me and I would have took out so many. But with me. But I'm just saying that's my warrior spirit. That's just how I would have did it. I'm not going to do it. So let me go on back.
You done got too old, man. They'd be able to do it pretty easy. We showed you can only do one push-up.
Let me tell you how simple it is to whoop somebody. I had a man tell me that his woman, a little short girl, he's a big old dude. He said, oh man, she swings at me all the time. I said, baby, you can't whoop me. I said, yes, she can, man. Depends on how she do it. I mean, just fist and fist, no. She can wait till you sit down and bust your damn head or stab you or shoot you. She can throw some hot shit on you. She can damage you in other ways financially. Just tear you apart. There's many ways to whoop somebody, man. And it ain't even based on how many push-ups you can do. In the Bible, they said it ain't by strength. It ain't by the legs of a horse. It ain't by a man's sword. That they win wars back in. See, up here, your man, brother. There was a king. I'm going to tell y'all this story. Went to a castle, and it was abandoned. And he only had 2 people with him, so it's 3 of them. The enemy heard that he was there. They came with the whole army. 300,000 people against 3 people. Now, you would tell me he can't win.
Nope.
When his people told him they seen the dust of horses coming in that, they said, let's flee. Man, they're going to catch us anyway. He said, open the castle door. So they opened the gates. He took a chair, took it outside the gate and set a chair down and took out a book and like he would cross his legs and like he was reading. So when they came up over the hill and seen him sitting wide out in the open, reading a book, first thing hit their mind, oh, it's a trap. And they fled.
Oh, well, they wasn't ready for that. It was 300,000.
300,000, they fled. They thought he had a trap set for them.
It was fake.
No, it was real.
Man, ain't no 300,000.
Let me tell you, listen to me. All right, we're going to use something else that we seen Hollywood, but true. A man told Bruce Lee, one of the fighters that we know can fight, I won't fight you. Bruce Lee said, okay, let's pick at Allen over. He said, what's your style? He said, how to fight without fighting. The man got in the boat. He was holding the rope to the boat, and he let the boat go. The man was like, hey! And he sit there and laughed at him. Didn't even throw a punch and whooped him. There's ways of whooping people without lifting your finger, without doing anything like physical, warfare. So, if I can't do one push-up, don't mean I can't now thank a person. What I can't do here, I can do up here in my man, right? Yeah, I know how vicious I can be. When it comes to protecting me, my life, yeah. Put me in the category as unpredictable. When my life is on the line, I'm unpredictable. What you think I can't do, I might can't, but I can do something else. I done seen in penitentiary times where I was fighting people that I knew in my heart I can't whoop. I know I can't whoop these guys, right? If I fight them straight up, right? You know, straight up, goes toe to toe, all that shit, wrestling, all that shit. Man, they'll smoke me. But you know what? When it comes to protecting me and fighting for me, I go by my rules. Mine's only. Ain't no gentleman, nothing. You turn your back, I'm going to bust in your head with something. I'm going to win that fight. You know, I just ain't going to fight the way you want me to fight. And that's how I win battles, man. So I ain't worrying about one push-up. You know, I'm not going to do a push-up when I'm fighting anyway.
It shows strength, though.
Strength is up here, man, in your man.
You gotta have something available where you can grab before somebody grab you. If somebody grab you before you grab something, it's over with. You smashed.
No, I don't think so. When I say I'm vicious, I'm vicious. Believe it. You know, you can...
Nothing's off limits.
Nothing. I go in anything. Spit in your face, bite, gum you to death. Can't bite no more because they took my teeth. But
they took your teeth from biting?
Yeah, they took my teeth because I did bite. A lot of them. I mean, tore their whole face off. But I'm saying this, I'm vicious.
You know, it's funny you said that.
Vicious.
Because it's some people that looked at some earlier interviews and they messaged me and they said, did you really swallow those body parts that you bit off?
Because you know what? It made me look bad when I didn't. I bit dude's ear off. They put it back on. I'm over in the hole bragging about it. Somebody made me look like a liar. I just saw a dude, man. When I went to the hospital, he was walking the yard for me. Ain't nothing wrong with his ear, man. I said, you know what? They done sold it back. The next one I bite, I'm swallowing. They ain't getting it back. You ain't gonna sew your nose back. Your lip, I done bit the whole lips off of people. I'm gonna tell you something.
And swallowed it.
And swallowed it. Shit.
That's why you was in
I told you what I did when I threw that 3-gallon bucket of boiling bleach in that guy's face.
Yeah.
And burnt his face off.
Yeah.
I boiled that for 2 hours and threw it on him. And I told you, after 18 months, he stayed in the hospital, 18 months getting skin grafts. And when they had me in a plexiglass cell that they done built.
Like Hannibal.
Like Hannibal Lecter on that movie Silence of the Lambs. It was made just like that. And I'm sitting in there like this, and they like, somebody's here to see you, and it's lunchtime. And it was him. Face still all burnt off. And his mouth was like that. And, you know, his lip never came back. It was a lot they couldn't do. I fucked him up. And he was handing me my food tray. I said, what's this? And I ain't had a shower since I've been down there. I've been down there about 9 to 10 months already.
And you hadn't had one shower?
One shower.
You was foul, boy.
They hated me that bad.
You was foul, man.
Man, I know how to survive. Even though I don't like the toilet, I go to the toilet and throw that water on me and take my hand and rush off. I use toilet water. And that was a nasty toilet, too. But what else I'm supposed to do? I got to survive. So here's the point. The food was brown beans, hamburger, and a cup, a paper cup about this big, was so dark, piss. You could smell this shit with it while it was sitting on the tray. That's how strong it was. Now, they gave this motherfucker that I burnt his face off, they gave him my fucking tray to give me. After 18 months, when he came out of surgery, they brought him back in there to say, it's his payback.
Why you cussing so much?
Nah, it's getting me mad. It's taking me back to it. And so I had a choice. All them guards are standing there. They want to see my reaction to the food.
Mm-hmm.
A big old pile of spit in the beans, about that high. You can just like everybody spitting. Like, all that stuff. They say, here's your food tray. I say, thank you. And I looked him right in the eye. See, the one I burnt his face off, he want to see my reaction. He want to see me go crazy. Oh, God. Hey, man, I'm sorry for what I did to you. No, I'm not. And I'm going to show you something that you ain't never seen. I took my hand and grabbed a big hand of that beans and threw it in my mouth. Ate the hamburger, drunk the cup.
Drunk the piss.
Yeah. And said, I want more. That's good. And I belched. Oh, you know how you belch. I said, oh, that's good. He quit. He dropped, he fell to his knee. He almost had a heart attack. I said, what's wrong with him? They had to pick him up. He said, I'm done. They were trying to use him as morale to lift the guards. They said, you a fucking animal. I said, yeah. They thought I was, and that's why when I killed them big old rats down there, I would grab them with my hand. I got so good at killing them rats, I'll stomp them with my bird feet. I chase them around the cell and they'll bite me. I have blood coming everywhere. And guards come out there, do you get bit? I said, yeah, he bit me about 6 times. I said, this one right here I killed. I said, he bit me right here. I had bites right here, because they bite real quick. Like, if they teeth hit you, it's blood coming. Ain't no scratch. They bite quick. And so I killed about 6 that day, rats. And I used to stick my hand down and tear their body apart. And throw all the guts and stuff all over the wall and stuff. I said, let me see what they think about this. You know, all this supposed to terrify me, and it did at one point.
And you only spent 3 months in the psych ward?
Man, let me tell you what. They didn't have nothing, a psych ward, no punishment, no nothing that could deal with me. Now, every time they did something nasty, sure, the shit I did was degrading. But you know what? It's what you ain't looking at. If I didn't eat that shit, they would have did it every day. So instead of letting them think they tripping me out, I'm going to trip them the fuck out to stop that shit. I had to do it. If I didn't do it, I would have been tormented. Now they look at it like it ain't nothing we can do that can screw this motherfucker. And when I used to throw duty on them, buckets, 5-gallon buckets are nothing but duty. And I done made about 60 guards quit their jobs. For real. About 6 of them, I made them, they was quitting left and right. Is that it? And not only that, but you know what they fed me?
What's that?
When they brought me, because I'm throwing duty on them, when they bring me my tray, it'd be on a paper plate. It'd be shaped just like a turd. It'd be real shiny and slammy. And it'd have corn, peas, rice, all this stuff like that.
In the turd?
Yeah. I said, what is this? They said, it's your meal. I said, boy, I bet it's good, because I know they serving it to me to make me. I said, I need it. And I ate it. I had to eat it because duty was my weapon. I have to eat something to keep so I can use the bathroom. It ain't gonna never catch me without a loaded gun, man. This booty gonna be loaded, right? I'm gonna keep it loaded. And that was ammo to me. And they hated it that all these things that came to me to try to trip me out, send me into a whatever mental state. It didn't work, man. And when I kept coming back with more stuff, next thing you know, they tap out. It ain't nothing we can do. We can't kill him. We can't put our hands on him. We just got to stand and let him throw duty on us. We can't stop him from doing that. Hell. So, because one guard thought they stopped me, I came out on the walk and walked up to the gate. I said, can I talk to you for a minute? He came up to the gate, and we was talking, and I put my hand back in the back of me and stuck my hand down up under my butt cheeks and did it right in my hand.
And do it in your hand.
And grabbed him by the shirt and smeared it in his damn face, right all in his mouth and stuff. I did it.
I don't know how you, I still don't know how you survived, man.
Well, I tell you how I survived. The same way Moses survived. The same way all the prophets survived. Jeremiah, when they threw him in the dungeon, they let them dirty rags down and pull him out. I had help from God. That's the only... I don't know how I survived.
You got to be a pretty nasty guy to the duty in your hand and smear it in somebody's face.
When I had to survive, when you can throw me right now, and I'm a polite person, I'm clean, respectful. My home is clean, my bathroom is clean, my refrigerator is clean. I make sure I clean. I'm a cleaning fanatic and keep everything neat and presentable. And I just don't iron my clothes all the time. But other than that, I got manners. I know how to go to a restaurant. I know how to wipe my mouth. I know how to talk with my mouth closed while I'm chewing my food. I know how to do all that. And these are the things I had to relearn after I came out of that 40 years in that prison. I had to relearn. I had to get my manners back. So I socialized around people that had manners, and so now it's natural. But make no mistake about it, I'm still under the label unpredictable.
You keep saying that. What's
that mean? Is like you can take me right now that I'm living a life like a citizen, paying taxes, doing honest work for a living.
Yeah. No
crime, feeding the poor people and the homeless. And you can put me in a situation right now like a jungle. The worst jungle in the world. If I make it through the night, if I make it through that for 24 hours, the next time you see me, I'll be just like one of them animals up in that jungle.
I believe that.
I'll be just like one of them. My mind was switched just like that. And so I didn't have no fear. When I fought them the way I fought them, as foul and nasty as I had to fight them, I knew in my heart that when it's all done and over, I'm going to clean up. I'm going to clean up. It ain't going to affect me. I mean, after what I went through, 40 years of it, you would think I would have came out of that place a nut, for real. I got a lot of sense, man. And, I drive, I do everything normal, man.
They,
let me say this too.
Go ahead.
Another thing I'm on add in there is that I'm proud of this. Since I've been out, man, I done babysitted 2-year-olds. Mm-hmm. Now, you know what a 2-year-old is. My people, they did the changing, the diapers, but the watching and the feeding and the teaching came from me. And I really enjoy that. So, yeah, I'm out here functioning better than the normal people that has never been to prison.
I think if you would have stayed out long enough and had kids, that would have saved you. Because I've seen you around kids.
Yeah, I'm a kid person, man.
Yeah.
I
You would have had kids, I don't think you'd have went to prison.
Nah, if I had kids, man, that would have been unthinkable. Your parents don't get locked up. You know, that's what type my kids would be like.
Right.
My parents ain't never been locked up. They don't get locked up.
Yeah.
They don't go to prison. And I would make sure it would be that way.
But you just went so young.
Yeah, I went young.
You didn't get a chance to experience that stuff.
No, but I thought I got one pregnant in prison. And because that was the first time I ever had sex was in prison as a child with a man.
That wasn't the first time it was done to you.
No.
That was the first time you did it. But
No, it was
you had got molested.
I got molested, but I ain't never did nobody.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was when I came. Yeah, that was like, it was weird, man. It was like, I'm in love. You know, this is it. This is it. And then when he told me he was pregnant, I flipped. I believe that shit.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that again.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
But
you know, I thought I got him pregnant.
but
I did. I was gonna take care of that child too.
How you gonna take care of a child in prison?
Man, I was making big money in prison.
Uh,
I ran poker games. Do y'all know what a pool? You take a pool and you can put 10 lands this way, 10 going down this way.
mm-hmm. Put 0 through 9.
0 through 9 at the top.
Yeah.
You pick your own numbers and at the side.
Yeah.
Then everybody put their initial in a square. You get 10 free chances.
Yeah.
10 chances.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever you want to pull out, you can, right? You know, you might have a watch in this, and you might have just gave $9 for this. And you might say, I'm going to pull this off for $40, man. Everybody everybody put $5 in to win this watch, man. You know, it's an expensive watch. Everybody put up $5. You run the pool off. You get to buy it's your pool, you get the last free. Now you can win your own shit back. But I did a lot of that, you know, in parlays, you know, betting on sports. And I had poker games. So I made money in prison. So, yeah. You'd be surprised how much money, if you're a hustler, you can make in prison. You'd be surprised.
You know, every once in a while, I get these questions, and I try to cover as many of them as I can. I try to throw a question. It's about an old interview we did. I don't know if we didn't complete the story or if they just didn't go back and watch it. I can't remember, but I'm going to go ahead and ask you because it's fresh on my mind. It was a guard that had a brother come work here, and his brother was supposed to be this toughest guy.
Yeah.
Man, what happened between you and him?
Well,
The brother.
Well, I ain't the one that got him. You know, it was a sissy named Turk out of Lexington. And Turk is short, real short, cute, real intelligent, paralegal, does represent a lot of inmates when they get in trouble. And stay in the library a lot. Turk stay over a lot of stuff. Knows a lot of things. Get medical records of people that got AIDS. And then tell all the inmates, this is who got AIDS and this one just came down. Mm-hmm. I just seen, you know, Turk was big on that. So
He had to be if he was gay.
Yeah, and so Turk like booty too. Turk love booty, and he calls booty powerful. That's how he'll describe it. He said, it's powerful. And I used to laugh. So when we heard about this captain, and he's the nastiest captain that we ever seen in prison, and he comes around, he's nasty. I tell y'all something, my brother, he's special forces and all of that. He's coming to work here. Yeah, special ops. Y'all think I'm tough. Wait till you see him. And when he was leaving the wire, I said, fuck him. He said, I know who it is. He'd get on the radio, send 2 guards over here, Fleece Johnson.
So it only took 2 at that point?
Yeah, I'm not going to buck that.
Oh, okay.
They come up through the door, Johnson, what do you do? I said, here, man, go on and handcuff me. Handcuff me, back me out, escort me to the hole. It ain't no big, I ain't going to make a big thing out of this. I get out of the hole, get put, 2 days, get put right back in the same cell. Well, I stay out of trouble long enough to see his brother finally come. Here he come, out of the academy. Big old, got them special ops slaves. They working guys in there. When you special ops, you got to squat, bend up, and dive in the water, go down and hold your breath until you're almost dead, all that old stuff. And but his butt was so big. It was so big and rounded. And when he was walking, that big thing was just shaking. I said, oh. Same captain. I know who it is, Fleece Johnson. But they didn't lock me up that day. Well, his brother worked our walk. And we had a walk where, we got to sell stuff, we gamble and all this stuff. We need a walkman out on the walk to pick up our parlays and our tickets and all this, pass our canteen. His brother gonna say, I'm gonna let the walkman out, but you ain't allowed to go from walk to walk. I'm gonna keep the doors locked and all that. Now, out there, and he trapped himself, cause Turk is working out there doing the laundry in the hallway. Now all the doors on the walk is locked. Except E-walk is the last walk. That's where the guard goes, use the bathroom. You gotta leave that walk open. They got a bathroom there, and they got a bed. Really, it's just a cell that they don't let no inmates have. It's reserved for the guard. To go use the bathroom, wash his hands, and they got a shower next to it. Well, it didn't take a long time. Turk is smooth. Turk, the door open, he come on the walk. He passed my cell, I said, what's up, Turk? He said, powerful, and left the walk. I said, he done gave him some ass somewhere, right? And I got up, looked out the door, between the bars. So it was the next day. It went on for about 2 weeks. He was hammering him. That man brought in drugs, dope, and everything. Turk, when they found him, he was dog style on the bed. And the guard told me, the guard that ran up on him, he described it to me. I said, he said, man, he was dog style on the bed, and the sissy had his thing stuck halfway. His sissy was hung too. He had it hung halfway in his butt, and on top of his back, he had a bag of weed. He was rolling joints while his thing was up in the dude's butt, just hanging up in his butt. He was rolling joints off his back. And then every now and then he'll roll one, put it down, grab him by the waist and pump 2, 3 more times, stop and roll about 10 more joints. And then he gave me some of them joints, right? And but at the time that the guard called him, he called him in him, you know, rolling joints. And I said, what did you do? He said, I backed away, went down the hall, went through the gate, so they couldn't hear, and waited, for backup. And a bunch of guards came, he took them back there, and they all stood there and watched him drill him. And pulled it out, and they made that noise. You know how you pull it out? I said, oh, God, boy, he probably had some good bugs. He said, yeah. And the captain was mad. His brother wasn't nothing. See?
So do all the sissies hang together?
No. They act like ladies out here. They got certain ones they mess with, certain ones they say, stay away from me, you trying to get my man, you ain't no good, you a tramp, you a slut. You know, they go through that same stuff. If I don't speak to you, it means I don't fuck with you. And all that, they go through that. Then you got certain ones, they just rather talk to the straight men instead of the girls, right? And cause them sisters, they got a lot of business. We get a lot of business done from them, and they do a lot. So
the sissies are the real hustlers in there.
Now they ain't the real hustlers, but they some good hustlers. You know, sometimes you need them. Like my laundry man was a sissy.
Why did you have to have him?
He's a laundry man. Everybody else got you go try to get a laundryman and you want somebody gonna do your stuff right.
So a straight man's not gonna do your laundry right?
No, they do it. They'll do it, man. But it's sometimes they got certain people I don't want to mess with. You got certain ones I don't mess with because I use them to gamble with. You know.
But
you ain't like for instance. Let's say me and you gamble.
Mm-hmm.
And let's say I win and you try to pay me off through the laundry. I'm not with all that shit, man.
You keep it separate.
Tony, he was from Lexington.
Mm-hmm.
He killed 6 sissies in Lexington. He got 6 life sentences. He was my laundryman. But every time I pay him, every time I pick my shit up, all my stuff is pressed, no wrinkles, smelling good, folded just like you get it out of a store. And it be in a net bag, everything be just right. So when I pick it up, pack it to myself, open it up, I can just put it where I need to put it. It's already folded and it smells good. He put all the good smell in there and stuff. And he take care of your stuff. If you got stains or anything in your underwear, he'll get all that out. He's good. And all your stuff gonna come out looking good. It ain't gonna have a lint on it and none of that stuff, man. And so, you know, you real particular.
Why would you even trust a man that killed 6 sissies?
It ain't even about trust. People like that sit at my table in the kitchen. You don't tell them who can sit at your table while you eat in the dining hall. Anybody can sit at that table.
So you didn't control your table? Then.
Man, I got somebody sitting at the table, killed all the women, was throwing them in the Ohio River. One of them killed his whole family. Another one killed a whole lot of other people. And when I sat down there, I talked to him. I said, oh, man, I got a whole table full of crazies, goonies. they'll start laughing. And I had names for them. I said Jack the Ripper, Friday the 13th, and they be laughing. But if you sit there and try to talk polite, how you guys doing? See, they see it as an insult, as a weakness, and they won't like you, and they will do something to you.
But they don't like tough guys either, right?
No, you missing the point. They like the ones that is tougher than them.
So you was tougher than them?
Nah, what I pretended to be. They thought I could be. Now, for real, I wasn't, man, I talked to people with nobody to talk to. Like in the whole, I talked to one guy that, he didn't do nothing but, his crime was having sex with dead bodies.
Do you ever think...
And you know what? I used to get food from him.
Do you ever think you was able to talk to these people because you crazy too?
Man, I just don't judge people.
No, I'm just saying, because you talk to a lot of crazy people in there.
Man, they all crazy. So I look at it like, yeah, maybe I am too, but I know I ain't. But, yeah. They beat everything. You know, I was able to adapt to my environment.
Yeah.
Well,
you grew up in there, so.
Yeah, I grew up in there as a child. So when I hit the age of about 25, I was well known. And I was in categories like, he's crazy, he don't care.
The most violent inmate in Kentucky?
Nah, not at that point, but I was getting there.
Well, at that point where that warden called you that you was?
Let me tell you about that warden. What he didn't tell you is, I was four-pointed to the bed, handcuffed to to the steel bed, handcuffed, and my legs was laid on to the bed. Butt naked. This big old man that got up, and he's on one of my videos. They call him Bigfoot. I never told this because I hate it. He is about 6'4", 5". He weighs about 3 something, about 320. He got up on the bed while I'm changed down and walked, put his big 14-inch feet, however, he got big feet. Put it on my back and walked from my back to my feet and said, I walked all over your black ass. Boy, it hurt me so bad when he said that.
Yeah, you ain't never told me that.
I ain't never told you that because I never got him back. I never got him.
So
I never got him
while you was chained down,
while I was
naked,
chained down,
he walked, his big old self walked down you from head to toe.
Yeah, said I walked all over your black ass. That's what he just said. And I never was able to get him back.
Did it hurt?
Not what he said hurt.
But him walking on you didn't hurt?
No, it's just what he said.
With his shoes on?
Yeah, big feet. He was about size 18 or 20.
How did it not hurt you naked on a steel bed?
I can't describe it. My pain factor, man. I was in a cell one time, changed up to a bed, butt naked in the wintertime. I had frost on the inside of the window, on my walls.
Yeah.
You can scrape it off the window, the little square windows like that. I'm in there laughing, and a nurse said, Mr. Johnson, do you know where you at? I said, yeah, bitch, what you want? Well, I see you in there laughing. Yeah. I took my man and put it somewhere. I couldn't feel the pain for the joy that I was feeling while I was at.
Where was you at?
Man, in a joyful place, man. I was able to do it a lot, and I learned things about.
You probably had to.
had to leave this world and go to another one. Leave my body. I was able to do a lot of stuff, man. And then when they check in on me, they said, and they come and they check the restraints. The blood circulation be cut out. That stuff be so tight. But I be real joyful and be smiling. And they said, you ready to get up? I said, no, leave me down there a couple more days. And they thought that was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I showed them, whatever you got, I can take. You know, but can you take what I'm getting ready to dish out? See, they did all that little crazy stuff, but in the end, I cost them, man, so much money that they had to just throw me out of prison. Just get out. And not only get out, but we don't want him back. Ever. And they still hurt. And right now, they closed down one of our big prisons that
What's that, LaGrange?
Yeah, they closed LaGrange down because of the funds. Oh, the stuff, they still feeling the effect of me. They still feeling that $200 million lawsuit loss. Then all that other stuff I cost them. And then all the new laws they had to implement, which cost money. And then people don't know that when the guard writes a report, like the average people out here don't even know how much money it costs. That one report costs about $30. Just all you write on the report is an incident took place at this time, this time, this time, and this time. Well, here's what the money comes in at. They take this report, they got to make a copy, give you a copy. They got to make a couple more copies, send it to their headquarters, their head office and their head department. Then the warden gets a copy. Then your legal aid gets a copy, and all that. So about $30 a write up. I had thousands.
Yep, I got them.
So I was costing money and mayhem. And I tell y'all what, I'm glad to be out. I enjoy my freedom out here. I love y'all. And I need a hug. I need some booty support. That's it.
Y'all have a good evening.